Mike Pachelli here. Thanks for tuning in. For this lesson, I'll be talking about the Beatles recording of I'm Down that they did in June of 1965. I'm Down was written as a closer song for the Beatles' live concerts to replace Long Tall Sally in the U.S. tour of 1965. It was written between April and June of 1965 by Paul McCartney at 57 Wimpole Street, where he was living with his then-girlfriend, Jane Asher. And about the song, Paul has said, "We spent a lot of time trying to write a real corker, something like Long Tall Sally. It's very difficult. I'd liken it to abstract painting. People think of Long Tall Sally and say it sounds so easy to write, but it's the most difficult thing we've attempted. Writing a 3-chord song that's clever is not easy. I'm proud of it. Those kind of songs are much harder to write than ballads because there's nothing to them." June 14th, the Beatles are at EMI Studio 2, and they're going to record 3 songs on that day. I've Just Seen a Face, I'm Down, and Yesterday. They do 7 takes of the rhythm track of I'm Down, with Paul on bass and vocals, George on rhythm guitar, and he played the first solo, John on a Vox Continental organ, and Ringo on drums. Then they do the overdubs. And the overdubs are George redid his guitar solo, but if you listen to the record, you could hear remnants of the first solo that George played on the original rhythm track. John overdubbed his solo on the organ. Ringo overdubbed bongos. John and George did the answering harmonies. Then John, George, and Paul did those down harmonies, the low stuff. And the whole song was finished in an hour and a half. Then after a 90-minute break, Paul sang Yesterday. So after screaming bloody murder on I'm Down, he was able to sing Yesterday. Just unbelievable performance. I'm Down was mixed on June 18th, and then they played it live on a British TV show called Blackpool Night Out on August 1st, and on August 14th they recorded it for the Ed Sullivan Show. There was also some live recordings at the Hollywood Bowl in August of 65 of I'm Down. But on January 5th, 66, they went to CTS Studios for the TV show The Beatles at Shea Stadium, and Paul re-recorded his bass, and John re-recorded his organ part for that TV show. I'm Down was the song they played at the end of most concerts all through 65 and 66, but at the last show at Candlestick Park, they didn't do I'm Down. They went back to doing Long Tall Sally for their closer. It was released as the B-side of the Help 45 in July of 1965. So that's the backstory. Let's get started. George Harrison is playing his Gretsch Tennessean on I'm Down. This is a country classic, and I've got it going straight into a 1964 Vox AC30. Not a lot of chords you'll need to play this song. Just at the first hit, you can borrow a G chord and just get the last 4 strings. And at the end of a verse, you'll need a D bar to a G up here. Now, what George is doing is kind of typical Chuck Berry rock and roll, where you play like the root 5th of a chord, and you move it up to the root 6th and root 7th, you know. But being Beatle creative, it's never that simple. So on the C, he plays, like straight. But then when he gets to the G, he hits the 4th and the 3rd string when he's making that move. He goes. Back down to the C, he changes it up, starting on that 7th. And then the D to the G. Ba-da-da-da-da. So closer to speed would be like this. Paul sings the first line. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-ba-da-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-doo-doo-down, ba-da-dee-da-down. Okay? On verse 2, there's 2 hits again of the G. Ba-be-da-doo-da-dow, do-do-do-do. And then he mixes it up again. This time he starts on the 7th to the 6th, and he goes. Same thing, up to the 7th up here, getting 2 strings on the D and the G string. Coming back to the C, it's and back to ba-da-doo-doo-doo, boo-da-da-da-da. So let me play you, I'll play verse 2 kind of slow for you to see it. So it's, you know, do-do-ba-da-dee-dow-dow, do-be-la-da-da-doo. Boo-doo-doo-dow-bow, boo-doo-doo-dow-dow. Then comes the solo. George's solo is so classic on I'm Down. Let me play it for you. 2, 3, 4. Fun to do. Few things. When you first bend that B flat, it's on the end of 4. You go like, and hammer onto the C to the D, and then get on to. Almost try to get 2 notes. Try to get and 1, and 1, and then again. Now these bends are almost full bends from a G to a. Then he's in C, same kind of move. And these are closer to full bends. Then you can either use a whammy bar if you have it to get these notes on the 7th fret of the G string. You can do it with your hand too. You can go. Or with a whammy bar. And then when you get this last G, B flat to C, it's kind of like a quarter note triplet, you know. Like, you know, ba ba ba, but not quite, but close. Then slide into this a D. And then very straight on the last 3 notes. Let me do it slow for you. 3, 4. Charts and tabs will make it clearer than I could play it or say it, but that's George's solo on I'm Down. On verse 3, he came out of the verse on the first hit after the solo. He does a little slide into where the second hit would be, like instead of hitting a G. And then on the C, he keeps pretty much, straightforward, this time for the third verse, going between the root and the 7th and the root and the 6th. So slowly it sounds like this, verse 3. Ba-da-doo-down-doo. Do-do-da-da-da. And closer to speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba-da-doo-down-down. Ba-da-doo-down-down. Now, for the organ solo, he's down here on this G, and you can tell he gets the 7th here because you hear these 2 notes. So he's going like. And then he's doing a kind of a crazy glissando up, which you could think of it as triplets. You could think of it as 3-ta-ta, 4-ta-ta, but it's not that strict, really. It's just kind of however you want to get up to the C and back to the same basic rock and roll pattern, at least. Back down to the G. Do that same thing up to the D. And that time he gets 2 notes on the 5th and the 4th string. Oops. And then he's up here. So during the organ solo, closer to speed would be 2, 3, 4. And then comes the outro. The outro gets a little wild, but for the most part, the first 12 bars are a little easier. He starts up on the high G, and he plays like this. He goes, then he decides he wants to go down to the low G and plays. Then there's going to be a whole measure of glissando from that G to the C. So he starts on the, and you can think of it as 3 groups of 8th note triplets, if you like. But you keep the first 2 beats on the G, so like up to the C, and now we're basically, at least he's playing a straight rock and roll pattern. Then up to the G again, and he plays a little different pattern. He goes. And straight D, C, and the G is up high again. Now the second part of the outro is a little wackier, and again, if you want to get this perfect, charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com, I wrote it out exactly what he played. But he starts up here again on the second part of the outro, and he plays to the C, goes down to the G, and then up to the D, straight, C, and now one beat of glissandos down. So that C is and then he does kind of a crazy bar thing, kind of from an E to a G, where he goes. All right, and now he's up to this G, and he plays. So he goes. Let's see. Right, and then another time, and then rock and roll in the C. I'm not going to bore you with all the details of that, but again, charts and tabs will make it perfectly clear, but that's what George was doing on the outro. Well, I put it together in a sound-alike, and no, I can't scream as well as Paul McCartney, but it was fun and challenging to try to do so. So here's the sound-alike for I'm Down.
You tell lies thinking I can't see. You can't cry 'cause you're laughing at me. I'm down. I'm really down. Down on the ground. I'm down. I'm really down. How can you laugh when you know I'm down? How can you laugh when you know I'm down? Man, my brain woman throws it away. Shame on
Well, now you've seen how the guitar parts go. I suggest you download the charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com, learn all the parts, play along with my sound alike, and you'll get it just like the Beatles. And I really appreciate your consideration in supporting my work that way. So have fun playing this great old rocker, because that's what playing guitar should be all about. I'm Mike Pachelli. Thanks for hanging out with me.